Hi and welcome to Pollyanna Yoga. Please enjoy all the content that you find here. May it deepen your yoga practice and leave you feeling inspired. Namaste. This is our hip opener flow. So we're going to start just at the top of the mat. I want you to bring your feet together standing, big toes are touching, slither a space between the heels, soften through the knees. Dive the belly in. Inhale, reach the shoulders up and back. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale the shoulders back. And this time on your inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Find palm, reaching up long. Feel free to interlock the fingers. You can face them up towards the sky if that feels good, or just interlock the hands whichever way feels comfortable for you. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, I want you to reach the body over to the right hand side, stretching through the side body on the left, taking your gaze up to the left bicep. Inhale, reach it all the way up. And exhale, taking the gaze up towards the right bicep, stretching through the right side body. Bring it back up to the center. Release the hands, bring them into cactus. Take a tiny baby back bend. Just a nice bend through that spine. Arms are wide. Releasing it back up to the center. As we exhale, sweep the right arm down and round as you bring your left hand down so they are parallels, holding it here. And inhale, reaching it all the way back up, opposite side, exhale. And reaching it all the way back up. And exhale the arms all the way down to the side. Moving into Sun Salutation B, we're going to start in chair. So take a deep breath in. Reach the seat back, pull the core in, try and bring the arms up towards the ears if you can. Exhale, fold it all the way down into forward fold. Remember keeping the spine straight, so if you need to bend your knees here to do that, you can. Halfway lift, gaze comes forward. Spine is straight. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Reaching the right leg back, reaching the left leg back, Chaturanga, and slowly bring yourself down. Releasing into upward dog or cobra, baby cobra, whatever feels good for you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone up towards the sky. Again, if you need to bend your knees here to get your spine straighter, feel free to do so. Releasing the head, releasing any tension. Bring your right leg forward, bring the back knee down. Release the arms all the way up to the sky, stretching through that hip flexor, pulling the core in. And release the arms back to the floor. Take the right leg back, release down into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Bring your left leg forward, left foot behind left hand, and reach it all the way up. Pulling the core in, opening through the right hip flex, and release the arms all the way back down. Bring your left foot back, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and gently walk your feet all the way to your hands. Halfway lift, gaze comes forward. Release down into a forward fold, and inhale into chair. Release into Tadasana. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, chair. Exhale into forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze forward, spine straight. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching the left leg back, reaching the right leg back. Chaturanga, come down or go all the way to the mat if that feels better. Release into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone up. Bring the left foot forward. Find that low lunge. Releasing the arms all the way up to the sky. Bringing them all the way back down. Left foot goes back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Halfway down, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone long. Right foot comes forward behind right hand. Low lunge. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky, stretching through the left hip flexor. Bring the hands all the way back down, frame the foot. Reach the right leg back. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Tailbone up towards the sky. And gently walk your feet all the way towards your hands. Halfway lift, gaze comes forward. Release it all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's transition into our standing flow, opening our hips just a tiny bit more. So from here, we're going to take our right leg back into Warrior One. So you can reach the leg up and down, otherwise you can drag it back. You want to make sure that your left knee is stacked over your left ankle, your right foot is back, the space between your legs is comfortable, you're not straining too wide. Back toes are at about a 45-degree angle and your hips are still twisting and facing forward. From here, I want you to take a deep inhale and reach the arms long. Holding right here, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just going to tap that foot back, reaching open into Warrior Two. And if you need to open your legs just a tiny bit more, you certainly can do. You want to reach your arms long, forward and back, pulling the core in, making sure that your tailbone is tucked and your core is in. From here, I want you to just straighten the front leg, keep the arms where they are. We're going to bump our hip over to the right side, reaching along with our fingertips. And when you get to the point where you can't reach any further, everything is pretty much at the limit, I want you to just release the hand down to the shin, your left hand, bringing your right hand up to the sky. You can also bring your hand down to the floor, and if you have a block, you could always use a block there as well. From here, I want you to just take a deep breath in, opening up the shoulder, opening up the heart towards the sky. From here, we're just going to release our right hand down to the floor, pivot on the back foot to find pyramid. So now both of our feet are facing forward. If you need to bring your back foot in a tiny little bit, just to make sure that the leg positioning is comfortable, please feel free to do so. From here, I want you to just reach the body down towards the front thigh. Now your pyramid might be here, it might be lower, whatever works. Don't have any judgment about this pose, just honor your body and do what feels good for you today. Holding it right here, take a breath in, release the head down. And from here, we're just going to lift up onto the back toes and come into a low lunge. So I want you to bring your foot, your knee, and your foot down to the floor, opening up through the hip flexors, reaching the arms up, just taking a deep breath in here. And we're just going to slowly reach the arms all the way back down, curl the back toes, reach the left leg back, and we're just going to find downward facing dog, just pedaling out the knees for a moment. And from here, we're just going to bring our right leg up, and we're just going to open up through the hip. So you're going to bring your leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and just see if you can find a tiny bit more space, a little bit more of a stretch from here. Still trying to keep the body vaguely facing forward and facing down so you're not twisting too much. It's more of a hip opener here. Bring the knee back, and from here we're going to change sides. So our right leg comes forward and our left leg stays back, and we're just going to inhale into Warrior One. So I want you to hold right here, take a deep breath in, keeping the right knee stacked over the ankle. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, Warrior Two, so we're just going to reach our hands forwards and back, keeping those nice lines through the legs, pulling the core in, tucking the tailbone. And from here, we're just going to find triangles. So the arms stay as they are. We're going to straighten the front leg, kick the hip, the left hip out as far as it can go, reaching along through the right fingertips. When you get to that extended point, I want you to just reach down and reach the hand either to the floor, to the right shin, and reaching the left arm all the way up to the sky. Taking a deep breath in here, lengthening long. And as we exhale, we're just going to sweep our left arm down to find pyramid, pivoting on our back foot so it faces forward. Move the back foot forward a little bit if that feels better for you. And releasing down onto the leg. My leg is so much tighter on this side than the other. Again, honor your body. Do what feels good here. Just try and keep the spine as straight as is possible rather than rounding it. Feel free to grab blocks if you need blocks. But stay right here. Otherwise, let's bend the front knee and go into our lunge. So we're going to bring the right knee forward, taking the left knee down and curling the toes and reaching all the way up long. Opening through the hip flexor, breathing in, finding some space. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we're just going to reach our hands back down to the floor. Curl the back toes, reach our right leg back, find downward facing dog. And we're just going to lift our left leg this time up into three-legged dog. And just bend at the knee, open through the hips, finding some space. Feel free to just roll the ankle a little bit here. Reaching that long. Bringing it back around, and we're just going to sweep our left foot forward once again into our warrior one. So we're just going to reach our arms all the way up. Hips are facing forward. Remember, move those feet if you need to make sure that the width of your legs feels comfortable for you in this pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two, reaching the arms long, keeping the tailbone tucked. Core is pulled in and strong. I want you to straighten the front leg, release the arms forward as far as they can go, pull that core in and then hinge. Bring your left hand down to the floor or your shin, reaching the right fingertips long. And from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pyramid. So we're going to bring our hands down, pivot on our back foot. Bring the back foot in closer if necessary. Release the head down to the leg, down towards your thigh. Just relax. Give your body some grace. Find a bit of space. You're going to feel this especially through the hamstrings. It's okay. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the front knee. Reach the back leg long. Bring the knee down and release the toes. So we're going to do something a little bit different here. What I want you to do is bring your left hand so it's on the inside of your left foot. We're going to go into lizard pose. So I want you to heel toe your foot just a tiny bit more out to the left hand side. If you have a block, feel free to grab your block right here. You can place it there and you can actually just rest your elbows on it here. You can have one block or two blocks, whatever suits. And I just want you to bring your body down next to your leg. So there's a few options here. You can stay right here. You can stay up on your palms. You don't have to come down whatsoever, depending on what sensations you're feeling, just through the insides of the thighs and the hips. I want you, however, to try and keep your foot firm to the ground. Try not to open it right now. I want you to keep the whole sole of the foot planted into the ground. And I want you to just lift your knee up straight rather than opening it up to the side. So do whatever feels good here. If you want to take this a little bit deeper without the block, you can always bring your hands down just to the ground. Palms are flat. Breathing in, lifting up through the chest, lengthening through the spine. Take a deep breath in here. Breathe out. One more breath. In. And exhale. And we're gently going to bring ourselves back up onto our palms. Bring your left hand the other side of your foot. Bring it back into the center. We're going to lift up from the back leg. Take the left leg back and just found downward facing dog. That must feel really good. Me. Just pat the knees here. That might feel quite comfortable after that nice stretch. And from here, we're just going to bring our right leg up to the front of the mat. Going into warrior one, planting the back foot down. Inhale, reach. Lift up, keeping the hips facing forward. Back foot is flat, 45-degree angle. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release the arms into warrior two. Pushing down, keeping those legs strong, firm footing, looking over the front fingertips. Inhale. As we exhale, I want you to straighten the front leg, reaching the arms as far as you can forward, keeping the length. When you get to that point where you can't go any further, I want you to hinge. Bring your right hand down to your right shin or down to the floor and reaching the left fingertips all the way up to the sky, opening up through the chest, bringing that shoulder back if you can, so your heart is shining more towards the ceiling than the wall if possible. Take a deep breath in here, lifting up through the backs of the knees, through the legs, keeping everything engaged. Don't dump into any muscles. Keep everything strong. And we're just going to exhale and release our left arm down to the front of our foot, pivoting on our back foot, going into pyramid. Feel free to bring the back foot in a tiny bit if the distance between the feet feels a little bit better. And we're just going to release ourselves down to our thigh. Oh, this is tight. And just release the head. If you can, bring your chest down towards the thigh. You again are going to feel the stretch, especially through the hamstring right here. Feel free to grab blocks. Take whatever modifications feel good to you. And from here, we're just going to bend the front knee, releasing our leg back, bringing our knee to the floor. And we're going to just reach all the way up into our lunge, opening up through that hip flexor, finding some length and some space. And from here, we're just going to bring our hands back down. I want you to bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot. And then we're just going to heel toe our foot out a little bit more towards the edge of the mat, still keeping the whole sole of the foot, however, flat to the floor. What I want you to do right here is just do whatever posture felt good earlier. So if you use the block, if you stayed up here. Otherwise, if you want to take the posture a little bit deeper, I want you to just bring your elbows down to the floor if possible. Try not to open the knee. Try and keep the knee upwards and straight and your foot planted firmly into the floor. Just take a couple of breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's take another couple of breaths here. Allow some space. Inhale one last time. And as you exhale, gently push yourself back up onto your hands. Heel toe your foot in more towards the center. Bring your right hand the other side of your foot. Lift up on your back toes and release the foot back. Find downward facing dog and just walk your feet here. Just take a second to breathe. Now from here, we've got a couple of options. So we're going to do either extended puppy or we're going to do dolphin pose. So let me show you extended puppy. That one, come down onto your knees, hip distance apart. I want you to keep your backside in the air, your rear, and then I want you to find your child's pose arms. So I want you to just gently walk your hands forward, bring your chest down towards the floor and your head, but still keeping your tailbone lifted into the sky. You can keep your toes curled under and just reaching long through the shoulders. So that is your extended puppy pose. If you want to do dolphin, which will take the stretch to the next level, especially through the legs, you're going to come up onto your forearms. So I want you to spread your forearms shoulder distance apart, palms are flat. And what I want you to do is come up onto your toes with your legs straight. And dolphin is almost like finding downward facing dog, but with your arms on the floor. So we're just going to walk the feet in, lifting the tailbone, lengthening through the legs, pulling the core in, relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and release the knees all the way down to the floor and actually find your child's pose. So reach your seat back and long, reach your arms forward, just breathe. Take another breath in. Just enjoy the safety of Balasana. And we're just going to gently inhale. Bringing our fingertips all the way up, keeping our spine straight and long. And from here, we're just going to find a twist in the body. So I'm just going to move my seat over to the side, bring both of my feet over to the right side. And I'm just going to bring my left palm on the outside of my right knee, and I'm going to bring my right hand just around the body and taking my gaze over the right shoulder. And we're just going to inhale and lengthen here. And exhale, find that twist. Don't push yourself too hard, but find enough movement through the spine, through the body, to have some sort of release. Inhale and release the hands around. Let's take it to the other side. So we come up onto our knees, slide our seat over to the right, lift up through the body, inhale. Right palm comes to the outside of the left knee and twist through the body. So the left hand comes just behind the left seat. Taking your gaze over your shoulder, lifting up. Deep breath in, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And release the hands back through to the center. We're going to find our way onto our back now. So I want you to just gently bring your legs around. Release yourself down onto your seat. One more hip opener before we go into Shavasana. I want you to grab behind your thighs, slowly roll yourself down onto the floor. And I want you to just bring your left foot and your right foot up to your chest and find happy baby. So while they're here, flex the feet, grab the soles of the feet, either from the inside or the outside, and I want you to just pull down ever so gently, just on the soles of the feet, to open up through the inner thighs, through the hip flexors, gently bringing the knees more towards, like the underarm, pulling them more towards the mat. Now as you do that, instead of rolling your tailbone, I also want you to pull your tailbone towards the mat as well, so you're straightening through the spine. That will really make the stretch get that tiny bit deeper and take it to the next level. Holding it here, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. If you want to rock side to side for the last couple of seconds, just take a massage through the spine. Feel free. One more breath in. One more breath out. And release the hands. Bring the knees into the chest. And then release the legs all the way down to the end of the mat. Bring them as wide as the mat. Let the feet just fall to the sides. Bring your arms in a low V next to the body with your palms facing up. And I want you to just take a deep breath in. Fill the lungs with air. Let everything go. Any tension remaining, just let it melt away. Let's take another deep breath in here. And as we exhale, Shavasana. Shavasana is here for you as long as you need. Please do take your time. But if you're ready to move on with your day, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, invite some movement back to the body. Bend your knees, bring your feet just behind your seat. Bring your right bicep towards your right ear and slowly roll over to your right side in a fetal position, placing your left palm on the floor beside you. Gently push yourself up into Sukhasana, into easy pose. Take a deep breath in here, bringing your palms to your heart. Take a second for gratitude for moving your body, for finding this time for yourself today. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center, your brow between your eyebrows. Namaste.
Thank you so much for taking that class and for finding time in your day just for yourself. If you want to navigate more free resources and material to deepen your yoga practice, you can always head over to pollyannayoga.com. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.